breakfast with me, Alan Hubbard. And sign language interpreter this morning is Chabi Watt. Today is the 15th day of September. The year is 2025. And if you know your days of the calendar, today is World Democracy Day. And we're going to be having a conversation about democracy. Professor Fred Ogola is here with us this morning and is going to be letting us know what he thinks about democracy. And is there any pinch of democracy, non-salt, any pinch of democracy in this country? You can engage with us on our social media platforms. That is at Science TV Kenya, at the Alan Hubbard, and you can find us on web. That is at www.sciencetv.co.ke. You can SMS us or WhatsApp us, and we'll be glad to sample some of your feedback. Prof,
yes.
When you were here last on Monday,
yes.
you are going for a very, very important meeting.
Yes.
And it was in regards to the health sector, yes, in terms of the Christian church and how it was set up.
Yeah.
Giving us an update of of how that went. Of course, we keep up with the Professor every other Monday.
Yeah.
But also, how was your weekend? And do not boggle me down with the win of Arsenal.
Oh yeah, that one is obvious. So, by the way, the meeting went well. We met with the bishop and the health board, and we made some remarkable decisions now.
Yes.
That SHA will never work. The Catholic Church wants to dump SHA.
Yeah.
Because
but
we
the church
decided,
is supposed to believe.
No, we decided to form our own card called CariMed card.
Yeah.
So instead of paying money to SHA, you put money on CariMed and buy health insurance with CariMed. CariMed is a card that will work with all Catholic hospitals, and healthcare will be affordable, accessible, effective. In fact, this Thursday we are inspecting some hospitals in Kiambu County. We want to build a school of nursing. Yeah. We want to advance healthcare to Kenyans because the government is not doing it, won't do it, would never do it. Yeah. So sometimes you can spend time crying over a government to do something, and we have discovered they're incapable.
Isn't that treason you're going against?
No, because you see, we are, there's what you call role of the state. But Ruto's government has what you call shrinking role of the state. A state that their roles they are not doing, but they're only collecting taxes. So they should offer healthcare, they don't offer. They should offer education, they don't offer education. They should guarantee food security, they're not doing it. They should guarantee infrastructure, they're not doing it. So what's happening is that somebody got to do it. And then because the role of the state is shrinking, the value of the corporate, religious bodies now start coming. Because pastors were supposed to come to church, preach the word of God in 5 minutes and go away. But nowadays, pastors involved in counseling people economically. They are supposed to counsel people.
You've seen the economical lectures that Ndindi Nyoro has been delivering in church.
Yes, yes. Though Ndindi Nyoro needs to be corrected, because there are certain things he says which are not sound economics. No, seriously. Yeah. Let me tell you, one of them is very important. When Ndindi Nyoro says don't invest money on land and property, it is false. You understand? It's not absolute the way he puts it. So let me ask you, if everybody is not investing in land, no one is investing in housing, isn't it? Yes. Everybody wants to invest in shares.
I have a bar for you.
You understand? Where will the country go?
The government will build housing.
No. You know why?
They will take the advantage and say it is important for us to do affordable housing. No. Of course, that is not supposed to be the way, but...
You tell me which country in the world where both private sector and religious organizations have ignored housing and property and actually focused on investing in shares. Let me tell you, do you know the single most richest institution in the world?
No.
Is the Catholic Church. They have more land and property. Like, go, look. In the CBD, they have Holy Family. Tell me the most strategic place to be. All Saints Cathedral. The most prime land. Come to Karen. Karen is called the Vatican of the church. You find all Catholic entities there, isn't it? Tangaza College. You can count and count sister religious organizations and the rest. Come to Lavington. Holy Ghost Fathers have it, isn't it? But forget about Kenya. Go to New York. The CBD for New York, there's Fordham University. I'm going to give a speech there very soon to Pan-Africanism. You go to Washington. Washington, D.C.,
Yeah.
George Washington University, Georgetown University, those are JC's establishment. Tell me the epicenter of any town, and I'll tell you where the Catholic Church sits. You go to Kampala,
Yeah.
the cathedral is in the CBD.
Yes,
Go
it's
to
called the
Kisumu.
Namirembe Cathedral.
Yes, go to Kisumu. You find the cathedral again right at the heart of it, isn't it? So, if someone tells you that property is useless, and I tell you the single most richest, go to Rome. When you land in Rome, St. Peter's Square, which is the most attractive places to invest.
Yeah.
If I tell you to fly to Rome and don't go to St. Peter's Square, have you been to
You
Rome?
have not gone to Rome.
So all these things people can speak about without international exposure.
Yeah.
They look romantic to a typical Kenyan. But you know, economists like us who understand the panoramic view of economy
Yeah.
need to tell you portfolio investment. You're supposed to about portfolio. Put some money on land.
Yeah.
Put some money on building. Put some money on shares.
Yeah.
So how you are going to manage the different portfolios is what
Diversify
makes
your
you
risk.
rich. The richest man in Kenya, isn't it? Who is the richest man in Kenya?
They never say, but they never say.
Let's talk about James Mwangi. Go and look at his portfolio. He has land. Go to Centum Investment.
Yeah.
Centum Investment that belong to Chris Kirubi, isn't it? How did they make money on Two Rivers? Do you know the strategy? The strategy is run Two Rivers.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, do you know the richest organization in the world in terms of company? McDonald's. If you go to the balance sheet of McDonald's,
But they are not in the business of food.
they are in real estate.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
So between McDonald's and Ndindi Nyoro, isn't it?
All right.
Who is richer? So let's be honest
Yeah.
that I can leave it to talk about it.
Yeah.
But what I'm asking for, Alan, if you ask him, call Ndindi Nyoro
Yes.
to stand with me in a debate on economics.
Yes.
And I will educate people
Yeah.
and maybe try to falsify some of the things he said on economics. He's right on some of them. Remember, I respect Ndindi Nyoro.
Yeah.
Ndindi Nyoro is an investment banker. He worked with Diane Blair.
Yeah.
He was actually employed by Gina Mbaru. I know his history.
Yeah.
So I don't flout him. But investment bankers think that shares is the only way to go because that's what they sell. And I can tell you, Alan, if you are a cobbler, what
Yeah.
does a cobbler do?
They mini shoes.
So when you're a cobbler, when you see people walking, you don't look at their hair, you look at their shoes.
Absolutely.
Isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you are, the guy who cut their hair is called what?
A barber.
A barber. If you're a barber, when people walk, don't look at their shoes, look at their hair. So Ndindi Nyoro is an investment banker. He doesn't look at real estate because he does not invest there. He looks at investment in the money market.
Yeah.
I own a money market company,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
I also own a hospital somewhere, I told you, but I also own land. I used to sell property in land with a company called PRC, Property Realty Company.
Yeah.
So I have seen all this together, and also I'm an academic, isn't it? I also invest in education. I own
Yeah.
a school.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is that some people not everybody was born to invest in shares. Some people love owning property, isn't it? And also, you know what they call real estate? They appreciate normally, isn't it? The value is not on their percentage return. Because we're looking at 8% return on property. He's the what's called time value for money. If your father bought property in the CBD, like for example, this guy Fred Gumo owns property in the middle of the city. When he bought it, the returns was 8%, isn't
Yes.
it? But what's the return now? So let's be honest that we have to see this in a panoramic view.
Yeah.
I think Ndindi Nyoro is trying to look very trendy, but I think that he's missing a lot of points at the same time.
Yeah.
If Ndindi Nyoro was to come to teach economics like in an economic university, he will be falsified by so many economists. Yeah.
All
But
right.
he has a point.
Yeah.
There's something he's telling Kenyans. If you want to get quick returns,
Yeah.
maybe. But if you really want to build wealth, there's what you call having money, but there's called being wealthy.
Yeah.
Being wealthy, you cannot be wealthy just running around with shares. Yeah.
All right, all right. I have so much to say about this conversation that I will not. Probably will extrapolate that over the break. But today is World Democracy Day.
Yes.
And that is what I want us to center our conversation on today. And today we mark International Democracy Day. In your view, why is this day significant for Kenya and the wider African continent? You're set to have to do a speech at a university in the US as you have opined. from a democratic point of view. Let us even start here. In your perspective, what is democracy? What should we tout as democracy?
You see, democracy is a foreign concept. It's foreign because, Alan, before the...
I see you're going to fall into a thought of school that I
No,
did
no,
not expect you to
but
fall
it's
in.
good for us just to say it.
Yes.
I am in Kenya. I know Kenya is a democratic state.
Yes.
So being born in Kenya, I have to follow the law and the constitution. So that's not in question.
Democracy is a foreign
But democracy
concept.
is a foreign concept.
Yeah.
Before the Western people came here, we had what's called kinship. We were ruled by kinship system.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yes.
And with kinship, there was no poverty.
What
Am
do
I
you
wrong?
mean? But there were people who were wealthier
There
than
was
others.
no poverty. No. There was community wealth. And kinship determined roles.
Yeah.
Children who are boys were taking care of the cattle, isn't it? They could do manual jobs.
Yeah.
Female had their own roles. Did you have orphanages during the kinship system? There was no orphans. You understand? So with the coming of democracy,
Yeah.
democracy brought so many other wrong things with it. In fact, if there's anything that brought inequality,
Yeah.
is the Western education, which was also brought in democratic environment.
Yeah.
So the kinship was good.
Yeah.
If you go to Canada, there's a community called Aborigines. They are called the first community.
Yeah.
They have been left very original. Do you know why Maasai culture is very strong? Even I'm putting on a Maasai belt. Because Maasais kept their culture very authentic.
Yeah.
When you see me putting on Maasai belt, it doesn't mean I'm a Maasai. It just means that they kept something so authentic. For us Luos, we lost ours. Ninyi wa Kikuyu, democracy became too much in you,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
And you forgot that there was a kinship system. Do you know that in Maasai, if you go to Maasai land and you say you are stronger than your brother,
Yeah.
your father will tell this guy, take a stick, you take a stick. Nenda kwa kiwanja. Mwenye atakimbia ndiye atakuwa ameshindwa. But for us, we have so many things democracy. We could say, let us discuss this democratically. They don't have those kind of things.
So how do we define democracy?
Democracy should be a rule for the people,
Yeah.
for the people, with the people.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yes.
And it doesn't happen anywhere in the world. Yeah, even if you go to the US, do you still want to tell me there is rule of the people, for the people, with the people? You come to Kenya, is it the rule of the people, for the people, with the people? So people talk about all these things as a way to brainwash people.
Yeah.
I don't mean democracy is bad, but as an economist, let me look at it this way. Do you know the most democratic country in the world?
You will say the Vatican City.
No. Let's go to Ethiopia, to India. India is very democratic. You can literally say anything you want to say. You understand? But there's no correlation between democracy and development. One of the most undemocratic countries in the world is China, isn't it? So you choose, do you want development or you want democracy? So we have seen studies showing that there's a negative correlation between democracy and economic development. Rwanda, they don't have a lot of democracy.
Yeah.
The democratic space is very small, isn't it? But you see, there's a benevolent dictator. Fortunately for Rwanda, the dictator is trying to do things for the good of Rwandese. In Kenya, we have a dictator under a democratic system, but he does things for his own personal interest, his cronies, and his smaller cycle.
Yeah.
So democracy should actually be operated in a way that we have to have the rule of the people for the people. Now, why this is impossible, people are economically poor. Like now, Alan, if I tell you there's public participation in bills, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know you need money to participate in bill drafting? For example, if they tell me MPs are meeting in the Senate to discuss the bill, and you are from Kiambu, or you come from Nyeri, or you come from, I don't know, Kitui Rural, do you know how much it takes you even to reach the first internet shop, even to send an email? They'll tell you, send us an email here if you want your views to be heard. What is the structure of that? Could you even say that we shall get one petition per county and consider? There is nothing structured about that. So all these things, democracy has been taken away to brainwash people and just to make people feel represented. Now, when you hear that members of parliament represent you when you elect them, MCs represent you when you elect them, when you listen to discussion going on in parliament, in the Senate, in the county assembly, do they represent people's views? When you hear people saying that they want to extend their term by 7 years, isn't it? Is that what people are saying? when you hear someone saying we want to increase our salaries, when you hear someone saying that they want to increase more counties, you understand? If you say someone says we want money for CDF for us to use to bribe people, isn't it? When you see somebody meeting teachers in State House and giving them 10,000 shillings each, blowing 100 million in one day, is that democracy? So this thing called democracy, no one actually is the one to oversee it. You know, we have no regulator for democracy. For example, banking sector, we have central bank regulate. So if you don't do according to financial requirement, someone comes after you. But who is the regulator? How can you have the biggest animal in the world called democracy with no regulator? You're getting me?
Yeah.
If you float regulation in the democracy, what do people do? Do you know internet is regulated?
Yes.
Yes, it has a body regulates it. So
Yes.
it's dangerous. The social media is sort of regulated, isn't it? Media is regulated. How can we have a big thing called democracy with no regulator? That everybody will do their way. So how they do election in Tanzania? Who cares? How they are doing in Uganda? If they don't get the president, what happens? Then they talk about the sovereignty of a nation, whereby no one can interfere with you. You're getting me? So all these things together shows democracy still cannot work, because for democracy to work, there must be certain thing to enforce it. Is there any legal framework to enforce democracy in a country where there's a dictator? Like you see, most countries that begin with the word democratic is where there's no democracy. Like we have Democratic Republic of Congo. Go there and get democracy. So this word democracy have been used to brainwash people. And Alan, I'm working to write a book. And the book is going to maybe reveal this thing a little bit. And I'm not writing it because of this day. Actually, I've actually drafted, it's going to have like 8 chapters. The book is called The Future of Development and Democracy Illusion. The Future of Development and Economic Illusion. Why am I trying to say? Currently, there's an illusion of development and there's an illusion of democracy. The illusion will end only when the citizens have gotten the know-how and the resources to be participate in democracy. What do I mean? If someone can go to a county and bribe people to vote for him, that person is actually subverting the will of the people and democracy for that matter.
What if they wanted to vote for him and they just needed that push?
No, that's not the case. What I mean here, Alan, I don't know, your village you said is Migori. This money that you are giving from CDF bursaries to the people is not going to help development. It's an illusion. Development will happen if the people in Migori have got money. Let's say in your county, there is money where people in Migori can sit down and say, this one we shall just go and put in mining. And this one we shall do this way. And also when they have the know-how to make that decision, that is when we shall have development. And in my hope is that time will come, and actually indeed it will come, when the people are so enlightened to know how to allocate resources that belong to them in their own counties, in their own sub-counties, in their own ward, and that time will come when we have a leader that can say, Ward X, this money per year belongs to you. So you can even do 50 years plan. Alan, let's assume you have a wife, and you tell her, every year I will be giving you 200,000 shillings for you to see how you can grow yourself with it. And then you take her for training in agribusiness or entrepreneurship. When you heard Obama saying, yes, we can, I'm a banker, means you have the know-how and then I empower you with money. So with someone without know-how, how to invest their money, even giving the money is trouble. Have you seen people after receiving money, they do crazy things? That there's this guy in Kisumu, when he got some money, he decided to hire a whole bus for himself. Did you see that story? And he traveled with the bus alone with the driver from Kisumu to Nairobi. Isn't it? You see now how money can misguide you if you don't know how to use it. There's also somebody who received money and he bought a pickup and he heard that there's always back left. And he sat at the back left of a pickup. Isn't it? You got me? So what I'm trying to say is that for us to really get democracy and economy,
Yeah.
we need two things. We need one, knowledge,
Yeah.
to know how to use it. Were Africans prepared for this democracy? Were they well educated about it?
Yeah.
Or someone it's a foreign thing. We are still talking about political education in the 21st century in Kenya,
Yeah.
and yet we are a over 60-year-old democracy. It is very sad.
Yeah.
And then also, if you look at it, the budget for IBC, Independent Electoral Boundaries Commission, isn't it?
Yeah.
They are being given 66 billion shillings to conduct election. Zero of that 66 billion shillings will go to political education or civic education, isn't it? But that money will be blown in buying equipment, on travel allowances, on branding, isn't it? On choir singing for people as they vote, isn't it? But they don't know how to vote. You're getting me? If that 66 billion shillings was to spend on educating people on how to select the right leaders.
Yeah.
And before the late Chebukati passed away, he said that the biggest problem in Kenya is that IBC is never allocated money for political education. But the question is, has IBC ever presented a budget for political education and they have been denied?
Yeah.
Or they present budgets for procurement, budget for their own allowances. So democracy will be in this country when you have a leader who understands what democracy is.
Prof.
And that day will put money on that, but also will make people knowledgeable and aware about democracy.
Yeah. I want us to take a quick break, but when we come back, when I hear you speak, there are certain things that we need to do or we need to put in place for us to achieve democracy, somewhat achieve democracy, even as you say that it is a foreign concept, but it is here with us, and it is not going anywhere.
No, it won't.
So if it's not going anywhere, what can we be able to do so that we can live in these democratic spaces? Keep it Science TV, and we're going to be back after the break.